Okay, so here in the behavior or a method, so what I will do is, so public void breaking. This is a method. Okay, so here I will do, what I'll do is just I'm trying to print the value system dot out dot println and working of breaking. So this is a very simple one. What it is? So we create a class. Just you need to give the class and class name, and you can give either you can give a state or a field, or definitely you have to give a methods. Okay. So this is how we will be creating a class. Then how come I will create an object? So to create an object, so you should need this one. That is class name and then object equals to new class name. This is how we will be creating. So simple example is we'll see how to create. And what is called as a access member of a class. Okay, so let's see with an example. So let it be like this. So here I'm creating a field. So simply like integer year equals to 5. Okay. So then I'm creating a method of class. For this class, I'm creating a method. Void breaking off. And I'm giving some system dot out dot println. Okay. And I'm giving some text. Breaking system. Like this, I'm given some text. Okay. So next to this, I'm just closing this class. Okay. So just remember, I'm closing this entire class. Now, to create an object, what I will do? I need a public static void main, right? So I need a public static void main to call this. So to better understanding, I will go with a real-time example. Okay. So I'm creating a class. That class name is called as a lamp. Okay. So two situation. One, if I click on the on, it should on, and if it is off, it should off. Okay. So it stores the value of light, and also if it is true, the light is on. Okay. And false if a light is off. Okay. So the boolean that is the data type, I'm going to give the variable. So already we know these things, right? So camel case. So what is camel case? The first word will be in a lower case, and then the other words first character be in a upper case. Okay. So what is called as a Pascal? So Pascal mostly we use it for class, right? So all the first character should be in upper case. Okay. So this camel case is nothing but it is called as a method or variables. Okay. And this Pascal is nothing but we use it for class and the project creations. Okay. So here I'm going to create a variable. So variable will be in what? It will be in a camel case. So I'm using is on. So this is my a variable I've created. Now I'm going to create a method to turn on a light. To turn on a light. So here I will give a return type as void. So void means it will return, it will not return anything. So that is the reason we are giving void. So here I'm giving turn on method. Okay, so within this turn on, what is the variable? Is on. Okay, is equals to true. So this is the what I'm giving the value for this. So boolean is what? So true or false means we definitely use a data type boolean. Okay, so here I'm giving a system println. What happened is here I will give so light on, this on. Okay, and the next thing is I'm going to create one more method, that is to turn off. Okay, so here I'm changing the method to be off, and here also this one is off, and the value is going to be false. Okay, the same variable name I'm going to use for the multiple time. Okay, so turn off, and this everything is done. So now I'm going to create a main method. So this is my super class, and here I'm going to create a main method. So class main. So in this main, I'm creating a main method, that is public static void main string arguments of. Okay, so in between this, first you need to create a objects. This how we can create an object. So first we need to take the class name. So what is the class name? It is a lamp, right? So lamp, variable name is a, and again new operator lamp off. After giving this, again I'm creating one more variable. Okay, that is b equals to new lamp off. Okay, so there are different variables. So nothing but what I will do. So a dot, what is the method I've given? So it is nothing but turn on. So just go here and give it turn on, and b dot turn off. So just we'll try to run this code. Okay, so this is the output I'm getting. Okay, so this is how we'll be creating a, so just understand how to create a class, and how to create a field, and how to create a method and the main method, and how to create an object, and how we need to access the member. Okay, so these are all the important things. So access member of a class. So this is the way you be able to, access the member of a class. Okay. Next, we already know what is the Java method, but I'll tell you the syntax alone. So syntax is nothing but you need to give the return type and the method name, and then your method body. So what you're going to specify here, that you need to mention. Okay. So return type is what? Return type is void, and the method name is this. So here the void is nothing but it is a one of the return type, but we have so many. So example, if I'm having the, that is calling a method using a different return type. So we'll see how we can call. I'm creating a new class. So name it as main this. Just click on finish. So here I have a main method. So first I will create a method. Create a method. Here public integer is my what? It is a return type, and then I'm giving a method. So add number. Then there is a what are the parameters I have? Integer a comma integer. So, so with the parameters I'm giving. So I'm going to call the method for this. Okay. So after this, I'm going to add this value. I'm going to add this both the values. So how can I do that? So need to integer sum. So integer sum is a variable again. So I'm going to add this value. So a plus b. Okay. And so if you give some parameters and integer, okay. So if it is void, we don't want to return anything, but it is mentioned as a return type. So you have to give a return value. So what is a return? You're going to return the sum. Okay. And next to this, I'm creating one more main method, that is public void, sorry, public static void main string arguments of. Okay. So in this, so what I will do is I'm going to give a value in this main method and I will add it here. Okay. So I'm giving an integer num1 is equals to some 20. Okay. An integer num2 is equals to some 50. Okay. So after this, what I will do is create an object of main. Now I'm going to create an object to get the output. Okay. So what is object? How will you create? So this is my class. Just copy this. And here I will give the variable name. So a is equal to new main of. Okay. And then I'm going to call this method. So calling a method is very simple. So we can do this. Just type integer result here. Okay, as you do here, the same thing. Okay, result. So equals to what? You're going to call the method. So a dot, the method name is add number. Just copy this. A dot add number, and here you can give a parameters. It is what it is number num1 comma num2. Okay, and we'll be printing the value here. System dot out dot println. So what is the value? So sum is result. So better I'll try to rename this as because it's already been used. Here you can see the values. If you are trying to use a multiplication, just give multiplication and run here. You can see the value is 300. So this is how you will be doing. Okay. So this is the way you can create a that is objects and class, and how you can call the method with the parameters. Okay, and if something is written, so we know how we can return the things. And method parameters in Java, so example, we'll see the difference with single parameters and without parameters. So it is simple as the same thing will be repeated. Now we'll see what a standard library method. Okay, so now, as of now, we see what is user-defined method. That is user-defined library. User-defined is nothing but the user, we create, some methods for our requirements according to our requirements. Okay. So standard library methods. So the standard library method is nothing but it has already been here. So example, see here, go to the JRE file and just click on this java.base. You can see java.io. So in this file, so if we come to one print stream.class, here you will have multiple things. So it is used for mostly input and output. If that purpose, we are going for this print stream. So here you can see for the out stream, system.out.println. So if you want to print something, so it becomes from this. From this place, we are using it. Okay. So, so that is called as a standard library. So using that, I'm going to have one uh, so using that, I'm going to create one class. So see here, very simple one. So now I'll some map. So like this it will be, and I need public static void main. So I'm just going to print the output for the standard libraries. Okay, public static void main string arguments of. So here what happened is I'm going to use the square root method, which is a standard library. Okay, which is placed in the java.io.print string. Okay, so it is in the math class actually. Okay, so it will return the square root. I'm going to use that method, predefined method. Like this, we have so many predefined methods. So we'll see one or two. Okay, so here if you go system.out.println square root of 10 is what plus this. So math dot square root of 10. So this is a math class, and the square root is a method, is a predefined one. So let's run this. So here you can see the square root of it. Okay, and why we are using a method? So what is the use of method? Reusability is how it can be reused. So let's see how it can be reusable. So just go here, and now I'm going to reuse it. So I'll create one more class. Yes, I need public static one. Just click on it. So, okay. So now I'm going to create a method defined. Okay. So in this method defined, we'll have a private and static. This is and all a access specifier. And now I'm going to give a return type, that is integer. It is going to return the integer value. So method is get square. of the data type is integer and the x value. Okay. So, so within this, I'm going to return some value that is nothing but x into x. So what is the parameter I've given? X, right? So what you are giving here, the same thing should be used to do for the return type also. Okay. So now just go here and change this for loop. Okay. So in this for loop, I'm giving I is equals to 1. So you already know for loop. So first one is initialization and condition. I'm giving equals to 5 and I increment. Okay. So here, look at this. So I'm just going to call the method. Okay. So here is a method call an integer result. Okay, it should be a get square of. Okay, so what it should be integer that is result should be a get square of I. It will move on to this. Okay, so we already have a values, right? So here system dot out dot println square of just put a string and then I plus this and then giving a result. So it should be printed like this. What happened is I'm using the method only once, but it's going to be print it for 5 times and we'll get the 5 times value. So let's check. See here, this is how it will be. Okay, so we'll be getting this output. So whatever you give, it will calculate. So for example, I'm giving this thing. Let's try it again. So here you can see multiples of 5. Instead of this, you can see the values has been changing. So next one is method overloading. So we'll see what is method overloading. You already know. So I'll give you some definition, important definition. I am just making things clear because mostly we'll be having a so I'm giving the class name as method. Okay. Uh, what is called as a method overloading? That we should understand. See here, two or more methods may have the same name if they differ in a parameters. So parameter in the sense number of parameters and also that is type of parameters. So this is how it will be. So this is called a method loading. So example, we'll see the example. So I have one method overloading. So which has the same method, but the number of parameter is being changed. Okay. So see here, I'm giving private static and then void display. Okay. So here I'm giving a parameter as integer a. Okay, and then I'm having some curly braces. So this going to be a system dot out dot println. Okay, so here I will mention the value to be a. Next is I'm having one more method which has the same method name. So here also display, here also display. But what happened? Number of parameters is changed. So here I'm going to give a one more value that is called integer b. Okay. So here I will get two values, that is a plus plus b. Okay. So the next thing is when we come to the main method, okay, this main method I'm going to call this methods, two methods. So display of 10, display of 11 and 12. So we'll see the output. See here, this is how it will be maintained. Okay. And if suppose I have a data types has been changed, so how, what we can do? So this is a same method. Okay, data type in the sense the before which you are using. So here I've used integer, right? So if I'm going to use some data that is string, so what happens? I'll remove this. Instead of that, I'm changing this particular thing. So string. So here I'll print some value. Integer data type. So next one is this is the first one, and this is the second one which I have mentioned. Now in the method, in the main method, what I will do is I'm just going to print the values. Here it is 10 as usual. Here I'm giving it as a so I'm running this. Okay, you can see the two on a different data type also been executed. So this is how it will be. This is called as a method overloading. So next is called, what is called as a method over, sorry, method constructor. So I create a new file. So we'll see about constructor. So I'm giving a name like this. So first we should understand, so what is constructor? So constructor is nothing but it's similar to a method that is invoked in an object of the class is created. Okay. So this is similar to the method that is invoked when the object of class is created. So how we can create this? See here, very simple. So you need to give class and test. So this is my class name example. So what happened is that construction that is that constructed method should have the same name as a class, that is class. So that is a one first conditions. Okay, and just go here and does not have a return type, so it will not have any return type. So we'll see how we can do this. So here I have some name, this class constructor test. So next thing is I'm going to have some field. Okay. So private string name. So this is a private string name. Next is I'm going to give a create a constructor. So how I'm going to construct a constructor? Sorry, create a constructor. So the class name. So the class name is going to be a method. So this is called as a constructor. So within this, I will just print the value system.out println. So inside this, I'm giving constructor called. For this one, I'm giving a name here. So it doesn't have any return type like integer, name, string, float, whatever it may be. It doesn't have any return type. Okay. So I'm giving a name as okay, I'm giving a name as Bhargavi. Okay. This is a name, semicolon. Next one is, so after closing this, I'm going to create a public static variable. So this is a constructor I've created. So now I'm going to create a public static variable to run the output. So static void main, here the string arguments of. So within this, the first thing is constructor is invoked. The second one is creating an object of the main class. So here using this only I'm going to create a object. Okay. So A is equals to new object of semicolon and then system dot out dot println. Here it is A dot. What is a object here? A dot. I'm going to call this thing. So what is the name? Field one. So field is just copy this field. A dot. Let's run this. See here constructor call and the name Bhargavi has been printed. So this is how we'll be creating a constructor. Okay, understood. So the next one is there are three different types of constructors. So now we have shown about the default constructor and the no argument constructor. No argument means there will be no argument is given. So this is an example. If example, any argument is given, so how we can call that? So here I'm changing this to be string language. Okay, and when you come here, so in this thing, I'm just changing a parameter. So parameter is going to be a lang. Here, what it will be? Just copy this languages equals to lang. So so in this place, what I will do is this is assigned to this, right? So I'll copy this and put it here. So I'll tell you what I'm doing. So first one is I have created a field or state, and then I've created a constructor. So constructor state thing is string and language. Okay. This should be a different variable. So I'm going to assign this equalize and I'm going to print this value. So now go to the main method and assign the value for this. Okay. So here, what I will do is, so this is called as a string, right? So here I will give the name as what? Mm, so just copy this, create one more constructor, and I'm giving a object changed, and this gonna be uh, Telugu. So wait a minute, I have done something. It should print this value. Okay, I'm sorry. I've given like this, so that is a reason. So if you give within the double quotes, that will be displaying. So here you can see the output. Okay, and default constructor is nothing but, for example, if you do not create any constructor, the Java compiler automatically creates a no arguments. So that is called as a default constructor which we are using. And we also one more thing is constructor overloading in Java. So we know what is overloading. Overloading is nothing but what happens. So we have a same method name, but inside will be a different, right? That is the parameters. The same thing here also applies in constructor method that is overloading Java. Okay. And now we'll see about Java strings. Give me 1 minute. Okay, guys. So the next thing is, so we'll come to know how to create a Java string. So we already know how to create a Java string, but we'll see some different methods So in this, if you want to create a a string, so how will you create? So first I'm giving it as a public static void main. So here I'm going to create a string. So how we can create a string? It is created as a string data type, and then I'm giving a variable as a as Java. Okay, and then string b is equals to some mango db. Okay, like this I'm giving some string. So now what I will do is I'm trying to print it. So how will you print this? So we already know. So how we'll do this? Using a system dot out dot println will be printing this, right? So let's be a and just copy this. So now we'll run this. So here you can see Java and MongoDB. Okay, what are the string operations? If example, if you want to find the length, what you will do? So length off. So length off. So if you run this, you can see the length. So it is totally four. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And if you want to, join two things, so how we can join? So so previously we can do two things. One, we can use a plus concatenation symbol, or else we can go with concatenate method. Okay, so dot concat off, like this you can do. So if you run, you can see the both the answers are similar. Okay, and how to compare the two strings, so whether it is true or false. Example, I'm just copying this. I'm changing this to be C. Okay, uh just copy this one system dot, so a dot, I'm going to compare b and c. So b dot, the method name is predefined as equals of, sorry, c. So you can see the true value. If I give something as a, then what happens? So it will be, it is false, because both are different strings. And if I try to give some double quotes, example, giving us Java is a programming language. So here I want something to be double quotes. Okay. So I want the output like this. So if you run, if you see here, so what happens? It is showing some error. So invalid assignment operator. We cannot do this. For this purpose, you're going for escape characters. Go here, and before this you need to add this escape character. Okay, you do this. Sorry, let's run this. You can see the double quotes. If example you are trying to give a single quotes, yes, that can also be possible. Okay, so here you can see a single quotes about this. So this is called escape character. And what is Java strings are immutable? So example, this means once we create a string, we cannot change the string. Okay, that this is an interview question actually. So Java strings are immutable. Okay, so why it is immutable? So once we create a string, we cannot change that string. So that is called as a immutable. Okay, and and also we can also create a string using a new keyword. So how it is? See here, just go and give string, and I'm giving some object variable name and new keyword and string of some name. For example, I'm giving a name as and try to, oh, okay, already I have a variable. So I'm changing this to be G. And this. So here you can see the values. So here, we have created strings like primitive types in Java. Since a string is Java or an object, okay, this is an object. So we can create a string using the keyword also. That is new keyword also. That's what they are trying to say. And what are the methods we have in Java string? There are so many examples like join, replace all. So we'll see some example. So here what I will do is I'm going to replace the thing. So what is the a dot replace of? So I'm going to replace programming. I'm going to replace the programming with we'll just run this. So here you can see it has been replaced to high level. Okay, and if you use a replace all, some I'm using this for multiple times. This could be any case, right? So just run this. What is the error? The value of local variable C is not used. See here, it has been changed to high level, high level, high level. Okay, so this is what it will be. And we have some more methods also. I hope I have covered string methods yesterday. Yes or no? Guys, have I covered a string method yesterday? Do you remember? Guys, are you there? Yes, can you hear me, ma, everyone? Just put it in the chat box whether I've teached you the Java string yesterday. Hello? I hope everyone is there, right? Just thumbs up whether you being in the class.